黄子云 said, 我的儿子每天忘东忘西，拖拖拉拉，有什么方法可以帮助他? Okay, well, when it comes to remembering, like helping a kid remember, so one of the things with ADHD that's really affected is short-term memory. Well, short-term memory and working memory. So long-term memory is like you remember what you, the 1 year that you did something fun with your friends. That's long-term memory. Working memory and short-term memory is remembering what you're doing. So for example, I go into the kitchen and I'm going to make a sandwich, but I see something else that distracts me and I forget that I'm going to make a sandwich and I do something completely different. And so because working memory is affected in kids, you have to have a routine. So if you do the same thing every single day at the same times with the same cues, they don't have to engage their impaired working memory. So for example, if you have the habit of every time I take my backpack off, I put it in the same place, and you'll have to practice it with them. You cannot just tell them because it won't process. They have to do it because the back part of the brain and the front part of the brain in ADHD isn't as connected. The back part is doing, the front part is planning, and they don't have that connection as well as other people. So you have to practice it with them. And so every day, okay, when I take off my backpack, I put it in the same place. If I need to put my homework, I always put it in this thing. I always do my homework at the same time. And obviously plans change, but the more consistent you can keep it, the easier it will become for them. And they won't be as la la because the more you have the habit, the less energy it takes. And with ADHD, kids with ADHD have less energy. It's about a fourth less. So think of it like a yotong, right? In a car, they are about 1/4 less. So they run out of gas really fast. And if they run all the way to 0, it takes a long time to recover. So it's really important to have habits because when you have habits, the less energy you have to put into it. And this works for everyone, but it's really important for ADHD. All right, guys. Well, I will see you later. But yeah, just if you have ADHD or if your kid has ADHD, just know you're not alone. And there's things that we can do and you can have a good, successful life. You're just different than other people, that's all.